We have now entered the top five, and at number five, we have Candyman. Again, won't lie, I still haven't seen this movie yet, but I've heard great things, and it did pretty well. Being released in 2021, a year after COVID, so I still wasn't really going to the theater yet. On a budget of $25 million, this movie made $77 million. And when you adjust that for inflation, that's about $90 million. It's a reboot of the classic movie, as I said before, Candyman, and people just love this franchise. Being directed by Nia DaCosta and written by Jordan Peele, that name will pop up again, as well as being written by Nia DaCosta. It must have done something for fans, and I need to go out of my way to watch this. Y'all tell me, is it anything like the original, better? What's your take? At number four, we have 2022 Jordan Peele's, told you his name will pop up again, Nope. This was Jordan Peele's third horror movie, bringing more of a sci-fi element and Peele's social commentary that he's used in a lot of his movies. This movie came out on a $68 million budget to go on to make $171 million. And while it didn't get to the heights of Get Out or Us, that's still pretty good. And when you add in the inflation, that's about $175 million. This was a critical darling with an all-star cast pretty much solidifying Jordan Peele as like the new name in horror. At number four, we have the real Marvel Jesus, because if it hadn't been for Blade, we would not have the MCU, and y'all know it. And I know some of you were saying, no, it's not a horror movie. It's got vampires. I'm putting it on my list. On a budget of $45 million, this movie went on to make $131 million, giving Marvel pretty much their first bona fide hit. And when you adjust that for inflation, that's over $200 million. I want to say 235. Blade changed the game for superhero movies, horror, because this is rated R and it is pretty gory, and for black cinema. It deserves a spot on the list. And if you don't know the plot yet, Blade, the Daywalker, needs to stop the vampires from taking over the world. I mean, you pretty much should know it at this point. And at number two, I told you, Jordan Peele done made his mark on freaking horror. It's Us. On a budget of $20 million, this movie made $256. Adjusted for inflation, that's almost $280 million. This horror movie follows a family on a vacation who has to deal with doppelgangers. It has probably one of the craziest twists and endings I've ever seen. This massive follow-up to Get Out pretty much solidified Jordan Peele as the new horror filmmaker. I ain't gonna lie though, I'm still trying to figure out that ending. But that version of I Got Five on it is chilling. And at number one, you guessed it at this point, Get Out. On a budget of $4.5 million, this movie made $255 million. A true game changer. And I ain't even gonna lie to you, when I originally saw the trailer for this, I thought it was gonna be a comedy or some type of parody. Whew! Get Out became a cultural phenomenon with its unique mix of social commentary and horror. The idea of how you view yourself in other people's eyes, and it's just an amazing movie. And for a first-time director to knock it out of the park like this and get the Academy Award nomination and all the other nominations, Jordan Peele showed that there were elements to horror that still hadn't been explored, and he's still pushing forward with it now. And if you're wondering, since this movie came out in 2017, it being adjusted for inflation, $320 million. Remember, $4.5 million starting. So that's my list. You tell me, did I miss anything? Should I add anything? And what are some of your favorite horror movies?